Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time I'm meeting you right now. Today I want to go into a very important topic, which is that thing that we are so used to do. Oh, how bad are we used to do that? Especially all the people that have a high education grade. Yeah, and that high education grade taught us to have this behavior. How stupid, I'm sorry to use this word, but this is the stupid and really bad and hurting thing that we have, that we are really stuck, and yeah, it's some habit that we learned that is standing in our way for change, for doing new things that we don't know yet, that we have never done before, where we would make new experiences and new exciting things would happen. We don't go that way because we do that thing, and that is overthinking. Pre-thinking, I would call it even, and after thinking. We think about things previously for too much, for too deep, for just too much. And also the after thinking, if something happens, how long are we stuck in thinking about how and why and something happened, something went wrong, analyzing it break it down into each little thing and trying to find an answer, or just going into that feeling, because we are then as well used to feel not good, so we make us think so deep and again to stay in that familiar energy mode that we are used to from maybe our childhood, where we had not such a happy time. Yeah, so there are two things here. The energy field that you are used, the energy mode, let's say, that you are used to. Energy field is how I learned it in a coaching program, to explain it like that. It's like an energy cloud that you are surrounded with, that you build up from used atmosphere from your childhood. And to keep that up, you look for things, for everything, how to experience this mood again. And overthinking is one very good method of keeping that mood. Yeah. So I let you now enjoy Eckhart's talk about this. Really, he points that out very often in his talks, as well as he always talks about the thinking process. And sometimes he also mentions that mood situation, that it comes from that origin. But it has two parts. It's what was there first, the egg or the eye? The egg or the chicken? Yeah. So it's both together. It needs one another, but what is first, we don't know, but it doesn't matter. We know that if we change one of these two, we influence the other one too. This is all we have to know. Yeah, so enjoy the talk, lean back, enjoy your me time right now, relax, take some breaths, concentrate a little bit on your inner being, and let the words from Eckhart flow through you. And don't forget to have some water or tea with you, and to have it really comfortable for you now. and then later on we will meet again with some more addings from my side. And please don't forget, your gift, your free gift, is waiting for you at the end of this whole talk video.
And so you need to remember the sort of presence. What's the problem at this moment? Can't find any. Yeah, but it's not this norm, but tomorrow when I get there, what's going to happen when this or that, when the moment comes, there's more than enough power in you to face it and to take right action when right action is called for, because you will face the challenge when it's true in that state of welcoming attention and look it straight in the face. And in that moment there is no thought. When you face a challenge, truly, there is no thought. There is just the looking. And it may be an actual looking, or metaphorically speaking, you're looking at the situation, the totality of what has arisen at this moment, what needs to be solved, responded to, dealt with at this moment. And you look. And in that looking, that is fierce and gentle at the same time, there is an activation of a greater intelligence than what you have learned, whatever you may have learned. Now, what you have learned may eventually come into play also, because eventually, perhaps, you will take action, part of which is to do with certain things that you have learned to do. Or you will speak words, which is to do with using language that you learned in the past. But that will be only an instrument of it will be inspired use of whatever form comes into play when you deal with it. But there's the moment of alert, aware presence in which there's no thought and there's just the looking. And any master does that in any field, has the ability to look for a moment and then respond out of that. The greater intelligence responds out of that. You just, in the same way that great sportsmen play their sports, no tennis player, great tennis player, thinks, well, I think the ball is going to come there next, so I'll better move to the left now. Now I've got to get ready for the other side to jump to there. Now I have to 2 meters forward quickly. It would be impossible. Through thick conceptual thinking in the mind, there is no thought. And if thought interferes, they're not playing well today. And they all have days when they're not playing well. And very great sportsmen actually enjoy tremendously the flow of energy and realize that they are not doing it. But there's the ability to just be there So this is the non-conceptual intelligence in you, the non-conditioned, unconditioned intelligence in you that becomes activated. And that deals with problems beautifully, true problems, or rather true challenges, because there are no problems. Problem arises when you are either imagining something happening to you now, it is not happening, you're somewhere else, it's not happening now. You're dwelling mentally on some possible situation, because even if you had an illness that is very problematic, you don't know the outcome. Will I survive or will I not survive? Of course, eventually, nobody here survives as the form. How much longer will I survive? Is that now to some people that becomes a dreadful burden to know that you have a condition that you may not survive, which of course is everybody is suffering from it in a wider sense. It's an incurable disease called mortality. The diagnosis is fatal. Mortality apparently always ends in death. So some people who see their lifespan, they don't know how much future they have, and it can become an enormous problem, because you think, I have not fully lived my life. If you're 90 and the doctor tells you you only have 2 years, maybe that's not so bad. But even then, some people say, oh no, I need a bit more time. But if you are 30, it seems more problematic. Or if you're 20 and the doctor says you may not have much time left. And then comes panic, and then comes a sense of unfulfillment, in some sense, I haven't even started yet. I haven't fulfilled what I've come here to do. All the things that I potentially could do, I won't be able to do them. You become a huge problem suddenly. Enormous suffering arises. But in some cases it happens that the uncertainty about how much future you have, or seeing that you have very little future left, future is removed from you, forces you more deeply into the present moment. So I know some people who have a so-called serious so-called life-threatening illness. Of course, life is eternal, but it threatens the form that you are. A so-called life-threatening illness, and they have become enormously present because they have no future to escape to anymore. It's just always, they live totally in the now. The future is so uncertain, there may be nothing there, so there's no point in even projecting anything. There's just... And some have become spiritual teachers and become transparent to this enormous current of awareness that goes through them. And they smile, and they... Occasionally waves of fear may still come even to them. And then it passes, and they're back in presence. And they realize, no matter what they could have achieved in or through time, because that has its place, as long as you have what looks like time, why not do things in time? Of course, you learn a skill, you learn a language, you learn to do this or that, you travel here or there, see new places, have new experiences, all these things time is good for. Well, nothing helps you if you're always in the future, no matter what you experience. But so that is where usually you seek fulfillment of your life, by adding more things that only time can give you, because more implies more time. I need to add more to me to be fully myself. On the level of form, that is true. If you are 20, you haven't started living as such, you haven't learned anything. Perhaps you're just learning to become a pianist or a great computer expert or whatever, and you suddenly get interrupted. On that level, it seems your life has come to nothing. But your life is not your life. There isn't even you and life. There's only life of which you are a temporary expression. There's only the one consciousness of which you are a temporary expression. And if that flowers when you are 20, and the true flowering is not the achievement of this or that, sometimes a flowering happens indirectly through an achievement, which doesn't help the person either if they still identify it as a formal achievement. But the true flowering is the arising of presence in you, when you become transparent. And that can happen at any age, and it doesn't matter where you are in your life situation. It doesn't matter whether, because there are some people here who have succeeded in the world, and others who in the eyes of the world have not succeeded. There are others here who have succeeded years ago and then failed. And others who have failed miserably up to this point, and in a year from now they'll be rich and famous. It all happens. I was a failure in the eyes of the world 10 years ago, 8 years ago. Now the world thinks I'm a success.
Oh, thank you very much for this wonderful talk here. I'm still laughing from all these laughs behind in the background, which are quite in the foreground, right? But and many people, they are annoyed by this laughing. And what does it mean when it annoys you? Then you have something inside of you that doesn't allow you to just let go of, to just allow to be laughing about whatever is. Then you can really see, are you ever out there in this life, standing somewhere with many people around you, and you are allowing yourself to laugh, to just start laughing? Yeah, it's a challenge for you then. And don't worry, it came from the past where you were probably very controlled of your emotions by your parents, or it's mostly the case that, yeah. And this control, you can let go now and learn to let go, because it makes your life more quality. It gives your life more quality, yeah? As you're not cutting these high emotions in neither direction. If you allow yourself to experience a higher emotion, yeah, to laugh out loud, then you also feel the sadness or the other direction. It comes as fast as you allow that to be as well. But this is where we have to go to, because we have been trained to be a grown-up means to not allowing emotions to be felt whenever they arise, to be there. And that is so wrong. And that's where we have to go back to allow emotions to be there, because only then they can become more relative, more harmonious, not as extreme. You know, when you push something underwater, the more you push it down, the higher it will jump out of the water if you let go. And if you just let it flow and don't press it away, then it can just jump as the waves are coming. The wave gives them the jump, but not any other extra force. Yeah. And that is a beautiful state of being, when you are floating with the stream, floating, completely aware and enjoying the flow and the ride. And if a huge wave comes, you just allow it to make something with you. Yeah. So, but to come back to the thought processes here, to what lets us suffer if we are not in the now moment with our thinking. If we are really so many percent in our life in just stories that we tell us from our mind. And as I said, the ones that have had a lot of education in their life, they are the poor ones, where this habit, this behavior was really intensively trained. And we have to come back to another level, really. Our brain is there to think, yes, but not to afterthink and pre-think for 90%, and the rest we are not active. Our life could be so much more intense and fulfilled, because we could experience it a lot more if you would turn off that habit of thought process all the time. If you would allow yourself more to experience the things and try the things, rather than just thinking through and then at the end not doing anything, not doing it. And I was stuck in that sometimes. I became very aware in such moments where I was like thinking about, oh, should I go there? Should I do this? Should I do that? What is the weather? Well, by all the thinking, I was sometimes so depressed from this many thinking that finally I did not go anywhere. Which, is not, it's not nice. You will not experience anything. So I really want to encourage you to allow yourself, set yourself, like when you start realizing that you're doing it, when the thoughts go around, or all the options and all the arguments, tell yourself, okay, 1 minute or 2 minutes, maximum 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes thinking about something, and then stop it, write it maybe down, what you were thinking about, and then do something else right away. Do something else, and know that you will come back to this issue, whatever it is, whatever it was. This is how you can really train you through the day to learn a new behavior, and you will see your energy cloud, your energy mood will also change accordingly. It must. There is no other possibility, because when your body is in motion, this is what it's meant to be. This is life, your body in motion. So now I wish you a wonderful day, a wonderful time, a wonderful moment right now, and the following moments, seconds, minutes shall be just the same. Full of awareness, full of joy, and full of gratefulness for you being here experiencing this life with any style of emotion, okay? with anything that is coming. Yeah, and now don't forget as well who you really are in this world. You are the lottery win here as this human being, as this individual being. There's no one else like you, so you are the sixer in the lottery for yourself and also for all the other people out there. You are this. So, and if you would love to have a very transformational coaching session, which is your free gift that you can get with me, look my email up in the channel description, contact me, and then we make an appointment. There we go.